Hello, I'm Mailu from Plants by Lulu and welcome on my channel. I am back. After 2 months, I'm back. And today I'm going to show you every plant update. And some plants have kind of died, other ones are browning, other ones are doing great. And I've bought 2 Hoyas, so I'm very excited to show them to you. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe and the like button and let's go! So first we arrive here. This plant looks good. Looks great. However, this plant, they look both dead. This one is actually dead, as in, I don't know if you can see it, but his stem is shrunk, like really dead. This one I can maybe save because the stem is still healthy. I don't know what happened with these two, but it's okay. Plants are temporary. Then here was where the mic stood. As you can see, it kind of has new growth. So I'm planning on repotting that because this is like crazy to put this much. Like this is quite a big pot for this much growth. So I'm going to repot that. And then we go on to here. As you can see, the plant here died because there's nothing in it. That would be this plant. This stem is very shrunken, and this can't be salvaged in my opinion. This is like if you would put this in water, it will rot. We go on to this one. I don't know. There's a little bit of growth. Here is, well, zero growth, but I didn't expect anything else because Billietier is going into dormancy every winter. So, but this has a new leaf and a new leaf on the way, and I'm very excited. This one, I'm not sure what happened here in the sense that this one is like going through it. And here the leaf has tore a bit, but also there's a new leaf, so that's great. This one is growing nicely, like 2 new leaves. Then we have the plant here. Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened here. This is a new leaf, looks very good. This, however, like looks very rough, like it's torn in the middle. I'm not sure if I can even salvage that leaf. But also there's there's a new leaf coming in here. So, well, we have like the best of both worlds, I guess. I am thinking on cutting this one up because this one had a thrip invasion and I don't like how it looks. I want him to be lush, and now he has like a gap of each stem 3 leaves. That's a lot. So that's what I'm thinking. Onto here, this one is hardened and there's a new leaf and he already like is coming out. I don't know if you can see there, that's the point where it's coming out. So very excited for that. And then we have here 2 new leaves also. So everything is going great. This one, I'm not sure. The thing is, I didn't expect this one to grow. He didn't. But he also didn't die. That's great, I guess. No idea how this one is going. I guess okay, because I see they're light green and there, so those 2 are 2 new leaves. I also see some browning here. So I think I'm gonna prune this one a bit, make it more presentable. Then we go on to the one in the corners. Uh-oh. Looking at this one has spider mites. And it's okay because this one, I have this one for over 3 years, I think, and this is the one who doesn't die but still keeps getting spider mites every few months, so it's fine. There are a few leaves that fell down, but that's okay, and this is also dead, so I will cut that also off. This one is growing great, a bit leaning towards one side, but that's okay. This one I'm really proud of because this one is really growing into his pot, and I'm very happy with that. This one surprised me because this whole section is very in the shadows. I thought this one would have had more fallout, but it's fine. Then on this one, I see 2 new leaves as new growth, I think. And I'm very happy with that because this one again is in a very dark spot, as you can see. This one grew better under my boyfriend's care than under my care. So I'm happy with that. I will take it. This one, I don't know if this one is happy or not. He's doing okay-ish in the sense that he got like some browning, but that's of course normal for this type of plant. But he also got, I think, 2 or 3 new leaves. So all in all, I think it's okay. Then I'm not going through everything because not everything has grown. But from what I can see, the big one there is standing more straight. This one is very, very dehydrated, so I really, really need to water that one. That one is really nicely standing up straight, and it didn't when I left, so I'm also very happy with that. And this one grew a lot. That were the updates, I guess, for the cacti. This one was leaning very like crooked, but he always does that because he's also like on the top in a very dark spot. So naturally he wants to lean towards the light. So I've put him a bit straighter and now he looks like this. I feel like he is much fuller. You can see some lighter leaves there and there. That means those are new leaves and I'm very happy with that. Then you have this plant. This is going great. I don't have any words for this one. This palm, I don't know, this is not my boyfriend's fault. This is my fault because he was already kind of declining before I left. But this whole stem for me of course because I wasn't here, but out of nowhere, this whole stem just decided to stop. So I kind of have to repot this and remove the dead part. And with this plant I am happy and sad simultaneously because this one had also a trip infestation for like a few months. 1.5 months before I left it was kind of okay, but he lost a lot of leaves and a lot of volume, and so I still see that when I look at him. He also has some like dead leaves hanging on him, so I will prune him a bit, but I think overall I'm happy that he's still alive and there is new growth. And we go on to these 2 ferns and they're doing good, they're doing great. I don't see any browning, and so I'm happy with that. The plant next to it is also doing great. He got some brown, some very small browning, but considering everything, this one is doing great. Then we go on to the table section, and the table is looking a bit rough because, of course, I was away and I had a bunch of books with me, and people gave me some books, and yeah, so it's full of books and like things I have to throw away, some personal things, yeah. So, about my tie, I am so happy to tell you that my tie, when I arrived, the leaf was smaller than the leaf next to it. So the new leaf was smaller. Now the new leaf is a little bit bigger. But this is the new leaf. And I'm so happy that, one, my tie decided to put out a leaf, because it's still a top cutting. And two, that the leaf turns out that the leaf ends up bigger than the previous leaf, and he has more holes than the previous leaf, which means there is progress in this plant, and I'm very happy with that. Then on to the Mycons cuttings. I think they look okay. I still have to sort them out. I think here there's a dead leaf, and somewhere here is a dead leaf. But overall, I think the cuttings look great. This one doesn't have any progress, I think. Or I can't remember if I left him with only a stump or with a leaf. But if I left him with only a leaf and there's still only one leaf, that means that his roots are really working hard. If I left this one with a stump, that means he had grown a new leaf. We go on to these two plants, and this is growing great. This is the new leaf. You can also see that in the color. Yes. And I am very excited for this plant because this would be kind of the variegation I want for this plant. Not too much, not too little, in every leaf something. But this one is a different story, because this one is one leaf variegated, one leaf not. One leaf variegated, one leaf not. And I think, oh, not even like that, because there's no variegation on this leaf. This one is a plant with 5 leaves and one on the way. However, this one only has 2 leaves with variegation. This leaf is very beautiful. This is very small variegation. So I think I'm going to chop this one up, see if I can get another cutting that has good variegation. And all my cuttings here are doing, except they need water, are doing fine. So just to show you my new Hoyas, this is one of them. I don't know if you already can see it, but this is the Hoya undulata. And look at the leaf, look at the ruffles. So the other one, for which I am so excited, is one I saw for the first time, I think, on Fern's account. And it's the Hoya multiflora albo. Oh my god, I already love the multiflora as it is, but there was never a moment I could buy it. Look at this. Look at these leaves. It just looks like it's so beautiful. I think it's so beautiful as a Hoya, because maybe you think, but it just looks like a kind of a normal plant, not even like a Hoya. That's the point. Of course, if you're not a Hoya head, I wouldn't think you would get it. I can understand, because there was a time I wasn't a Hoya head. I was strictly against Hoyas, but I think this is so cool. And of course I have to repot them in soil I'm used to, and they're still kind of acclimating because I've got them 2 or 3 days ago in the mail. So yeah, they're still acclimating. So we're now in the study room, and we will begin with the plant above. He got 3 new leaves and some browning. This one kind of shriveled up, but you know, this one is very sensitive if you're not watering it on the dot. So there's still 1 leaf left. I'm not sure if he's gonna die or that he will persevere. Also, this is not going very well, so I kind of have to redo the setup for this terrarium. This one is doing great. really great. This one, not so much. First you think he's doing fine, but he has skill again. And I'm really done with skill, and I'm really done with this plant. So I'm not sure what to do with him, but he has skill again, and I'm really not liking that. This Hoya Carnosa Queen is still thriving. These three are doing great. This one is doing good, I think. There's no new growth, but he's not getting yellow, so that's great. I'm very surprised this one is doing great, actually. And then the three plants here are also doing great. Then we have the two Hoyas here, which are doing great. Then we go on to the mess here, in the sense that those three plants are doing great. Those pseudocinas kind of have some brown spotting and some brown leaves, but that was already their pattern. You noticed one empty pot? That was where this one was in. This one just really shriveled up and just died. Then we have the Shifira Moonlight. I think this one is, doesn't need much. It's really a sturdy plant, so this one is happy. I don't know if you can see it, but here is the Syngonium albo, and as you can see, here he has some brown leaves, but again, he already had those before I left, and I didn't have any time pruning it. So overall, this one is doing great, and I think I will chop him. This one, on the other hand, is not doing great. I had put all my princesses together. I think he didn't like that. Then we have this one. It's really doing okay. He really lost kind of his lower, smaller leaves and grew a lot of bigger leaves, which I really like, because then it looks like a tree, and I love that look. However, he's drooping now, so I kind of need to give him water. And out of nowhere, this one grew a new leaf, and I'm very surprised by that. This one kind of produced only white leaves, or leaves with very, very large parts of white. I love the shape of the leaves. However, I think I've said it in an earlier video, I really want this one to thrive, in the sense that you don't have to worry about the white in this plant, and I still worry about the white in this plant. So yeah, because this whole leaf is gonna die. Love the whole leaf. Like, look at how big this leaf is. Like, this leaf is half of my hand. So I really love this leaf especially, but this white is not okay. This white, as you can see here, is browning so quickly. Then we go on to this one, and I honestly don't know exactly what happened here. He has new growth, so that is great, but kind of this was full. There's some hanging still, but this one was full with leaves, and everything kind of at the bottom died, and I'm not sure what happened. Then we're on to the last part of the Hoyas, which I find very excited, in the sense that I didn't notice, but this one got a new leaf. This one got here 4 new leaves, and I think I'm going to chop this strand up because it's like very in the way. Then we go on to this one, and this one is doing really, really great. There's a new shoot with no leaf and very small leaves. On the other hand, the one below that just really shriveled up. I'm very happy I still have a cutting. Overall, this one looks great. He has a new growth point. Then we go on to this Hoya, and this one was also 3 cuttings, which one shriveled up, but I still have 2 other cuttings in the pot, so it's okay. Then we have my pride and joy and my happy place, and that's my Hoya Kadata, and he's just trailing, and he has new growth. Even though it's not much, he has new growth, and that's what counts. Also, I think I forgot this one, but this kind of terrarium thing the plant in this is working out. So I guess I still need to water this because I don't think he did this. But because I don't think he watered it, but it's looking good. It's looking good. Also, I don't know if I already mentioned it, but this one is also looking good. So this is the bedroom. As you can see, this one is thriving. As you can see, this one is doing a little bit less great. As you can see, this one got like a bit of yellowing on the leaves. There, but overall he's doing okay. And then we go to this plant here, and this has new leaves. 3 new leaves. So this one is very happy. And we go on to here. You can see this one is actually reviving because a few months or few weeks before I left, this one decided to decline. So actually him being in this state looks very good considering he is recovering. Then we have this one. The whole top there is a new growth, and there are some dead leaves between them. I have to prune it, but overall he's doing great. And this one went through it, got a new growth point here. If it wants to focus, got a new growth point, but the rest of the leaves are hanging there a bit sad. This is discoloration. There's like straight up dead leaves, and yeah. But the plant behind them is going crazy. Is this one, and this one is running up the walls in a very weird way. Also running up other plants there in the corner. So this one is quite happy. And then the last 2 plants are this one, which doesn't look that bad on camera, but in real life has a bit of discoloration, so I know he needs water. And this is the last plant. I think he's doing okay. I noticed when I came back one strand had fallen off, but overall no other leaves. Oh yeah, that was one thing with this one. Before I left, a lot of leaves kept falling off, and I didn't know why that was happening. But that seemed to stop, and he even got new growth here and here. So I think this one has revived, and I'm very happy. So this was everything for today. I hope you liked it. If you did, please hit the subscribe and the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Doei!